Hello guys and welcome back to Geekism. My name's Jonty. We're here in Planet Coaster 1.1, the winter update. I thought to do a quick video showing you some of the new features that they bought for this festive update, the first major update of the game, and look at this, Christmas is here. Fantastic new scenery as part of the festive set, but there's loads of stuff, so let's dive in. First of all, we'll take a look at the new rides. First of all, we're going to look at the new rides, but check out this new biome. It's called the Arctic biome. It's available for challenge and sandbox modes. Absolutely gorgeous snowy mountains in the background. Okay, rides. The first ride is called the Collider. It's actually a version of the Enterprise, we would know it as in real life, I guess. But it's a fantastic ride. It seats about 20 people, and we'll get it tested so you can see. The idea here is that it spins around, and as it spins it raises itself up to around about 90 degrees and the single carts are thrown out. It's very nice, sort of plainly decorated, although there is a sci-fi theme to it, but overall it's one of the plainer rides. The music is great as well. Which way is it going to go up? It should be towards us here, shouldn't it really? So let's have a look. We'll speed it up a little, see it go. Whee, there it is. So these are being thrown out, the chairs themselves are being thrown out by momentum, by sort of, what's the word, centrifugal force is it, I think, and it goes right up there. Wow, stunning, really nice looking ride. This is the one that we voted for as a community. There was 4 to choose from, and everyone wanted the Enterprise, or Collider as we now know it. Yeah, really nice looking rides. There you go, there's the Collider. Let's move on. The Collider was the only ride we were expecting. In fact, it was the only thing we were expecting from this pack. They've kept a lot of it under wraps, including these amazing bumping derbies, bumper cars. Look at this. Underneath you can see we've just got test dummies in here, but they're wandering around and getting battered and leaning, and oh look, it really looks great. Again, relatively lightly themed, sort of like an old Vegas style theming, sort of very standard sort of carnival type theming I guess. And you also obviously can do quite a lot with colour changes here to tie it into other themes as well. Again, gorgeous. I really wasn't expecting this, but it looks fantastic. There's the bumper cars. We have a new track ride as well, very similar to the Magic Cats or the vintage cars. We have these fantastic looking sleigh rides. Now obviously this is a festive or Christmassy theme, but again it's all relatively generic stuff, and this could be sort of tied into quite a few themes really. It looks almost like it could be used in a castle as sort of like a throne. And also, let's have a look, can we actually change the colours? See, with car colouring, I reckon if you sort of knock everything down to quite a dark, sort of, you know, dark blues, blacks and purples, I reckon this thing would look relatively creepy enough to be used in a haunted house type look as well. I mean, obviously you'd have to tweak it a little, but I think there's quite a bit of scope here. So yeah, overall, this is probably my favourite of the new rides. Actually, I think there's a lot of possibilities here with these. Finally, we have the gorgeous Iron Horse, a new transport ride. It's another train. I think I'd like to have seen maybe something different. When they mentioned there was going to be a transport ride that fit with the winter theme, I kind of assumed it would be a chairlift. So, but one thing I do like about this is it has a much better seating arrangement. It has front-facing seats, and something I think looks probably far more realistic than the Connie Express. It's obviously a slightly bigger engine as well. But yeah, I think it's a really nice looking bit of kit. The Iron Horse. Let's watch it leave the station. Next up, we have 7. That's right, 7 new shops. I really didn't know we were going to get anything like this. But in no particular order, we have Cosmic Cow Ice Cream. That's a very cool addition. A lot of people scream for ice cream when the game first came out, no pun intended. We have Gulpy Soda, and again this is another one I really thought should have been in the base game, so I'm so glad it's come now. Originally we just had slushies or energy drinks, so it's nice to see some just sort of regular soda drinks. This is a great one, donuts called Miss Goods, I think. Missy Good Donuts. Again, they look great in the nice sort of brown bags there. And Pizza Pen. We've known about Pizza Pen for a while, to be honest, so it's nice that it's now made it into the game. Pizza Pen sort of fits with the Hot Dog Squad and Chief Beef theme as well. So this guy is the bad guy that they're all chasing. And then we have 3 ones that I didn't, again, a totally new brand, Pip Shot it's called, and it's all meant to be healthy living and healthy drinks. So we have a Pip Shot juice, we have a Pip Shot smoothies, and we have a Pip Shot water, which I think is fantastic. Really nice options there for some healthy eating and drinking. Just wanted to point out that these new shops don't come with much signage. There is a few sort of generic pieces like these drinks bottles and pizzas, but overall the branded signage may well come at a later date. There is a whole new pack of scenery. It's known as Festive Scenery or Winter Scenery, and it contains some really fantastic items. These are some of the blueprints that it comes with. So I place these down as a quick way of showing you some of the great detail. We have gingerbread trees. All of these are individual pieces. People have already been commenting saying that they think this theme might be a little bit sort of selective or limiting. I really disagree. I mean, obviously there are certain things there, you know, a Christmas gingerbread tree is obviously very Christmassy, but ice gems, bows, these candy canes, these are all going to be used for lots of different themes. I'm thinking already sort of like a Candyland for kids, or you know, Hansel and Gretel type theme. You know, I think there's a lot of scope here as well. I mean, this gorgeous Christmas tree that twinkles in the with its fairy lights on all these individual presents as well. Great, probably a lot of uses for just the backs or the tops of these as well. I can see some really impressive detailers going to town on this sort of stuff. And we have another one here. This is actually a Christmas tree made out of midget gems with lights as well. But look at some of these little candy canes and all these sort of sweets and things. These are all stuff that we've at the moment been trying to build out of primitives, but now they brought them into the game individually. The chocolates, they look good enough to eat. Over here we've got some of the snow pieces as well, Snowman. But the one thing I love about this is these are all in pieces. We've got all these hats now. They're classed as snowman clothing, but all these individual hats and these individual sticks, these are going to be very useful. These bits of stick here, even down to the carrot being separate as well on his nose. We have a gingerbread train here. Looks fantastic. Again, all these chocolate biscuits and sort of bits of marshmallow and stuff. They just look really, really great, and there's a few more examples of things you can do here as well. Look at this. So many little bits of detail here that we're going to be able to use. Trumpets, bells, Christmas hats, headphones. Well, I suppose they're meant to be earmuffs, aren't they? But even down to just that bucket, that's going to be incredibly useful. The scenery set also comes with a complete new building set called Gingerbread, where you can actually build gingerbread houses. But again, I think these pieces are going to be quite useful for other stuff, because although it does look very gingerbready, I think in moderation you can get away with using that as another sort of texture as well. All of this comes with, you know, there's holly wreath pieces you can place around for detailing, and also lots of iced decorations. But again, these are just going to be so useful as bits of decoration in other areas. But they do look fantastic, even down to them having windows as well. I mean, obviously I can't build anything too good yet because I'm just throwing it down just to show you guys, but you can see already, I'm sure your heads are rattling with ideas. Look at that gingerbread house door there. Windows, again, the windows are pretty good. You could use those for other things as well. Extra bits of gingerbread to place down. Oh wow, I can see people being able to build some very nice looking buildings here. Hansel and Gretel, watch out. Fantastic. I was just moving across to show you something new, but I just found them in there. Look, carol singers. How cool are they? Right, I've moved over to our sandbox part because a lot of the other features now are management and UI improvements. I thought it'd be better to show you that in an established park so you can really see some of the changes. First of all, in staffing, we now have an all staff button, which is very useful, and also all the staff options now have a lot more detail on this main page, and you can do a lot more macro managing without having to get further into the game. So here we go. Now we can now see their workload, how much they have to do. We can see their happiness from here as well, their training level, and we can actually train them up from here as well. We can click here, staff training. Oh, it's so much more useful. And obviously we can change their pay here, select their roster. Basically, all the things you need to normally have gone into here to do, you can pretty much do from the main page here as well. This change also applies for shops and rides. Now we can do a lot of the information from this page here. We can set the price for different rides. We can open, test and close them from here as well. And we also have a new thing here called Price Sync. So if we go into one of the rides, I'll show you, one into the shop, sorry, I'll show you that. So let's have a look. We have 2 Monsieur Frites here. So if we go into one of those, come to items for sale, and use the same prices and extras for all shops of this type. If we select that, and then change the small fries to $9, if we go into our other Monsieur Frites, we'll see that that's $9 as well. Incredibly useful, something that the community's been really clamouring out for. And I can see that my information desk is closed here, so we better open that up, hadn't we? Quickly jumped over to our stream park. This is the park we're building in live streams. It's nothing special just yet, but you know, it's quite new. But if you want to see this park develop, join us whenever we do a live stream here on YouTube. Anyway, I've come over here to show you another feature that's been added, a really big feature I think actually, and that's called Ride Prestige. This is an appeal and value of the ride to guests. It increases by improving the ride experience or added nearby scenery. So now, this is a number that there's always been in the game, it's just now been made available to us. The other thing they've added though is ride degradation. Now, as rides get older, their prestige is going to drop, until eventually it will actually start raising again as the rides move into a classic mode. So the way I would think about this is if you go to somewhere like Blackpool in the UK, obviously as the new ride opens everyone wants to go on it, but eventually it gets a bit boring, a bit old, but then eventually there's rides there like the Steeplechase or the Big Dipper that are really quite old, but they now have become almost antiques, these classic rides that people want to go on. So it's a really, really great feature and a really nice way of doing it as well, as to not have them just drop down, which a lot of the other games do, because it just, you know, rides do get to a point where even though they're rickety and they drag you around to hell, you want to go on them because they're classic rides. So I think that's a really, really great feature. And finally, the game has added 3 new scenarios: Festive Funlands, Carnivorous Coasters, and Back from the Brink. And we also have this Festive Planet King Coaster. You can actually place him in the game like that as well. You can have him as part of your entertainment team. So each of these are meant to be easy, medium and hard, and they all take in the new part of the ride degradation and things that we just spoke about. So I'm really looking forward to diving into those. We're going to be diving into those in our Let's Play series as soon as we can, to be honest. We'll probably start with those tomorrow, I think, so check out those if you're interested. There's also been a whole load of stability improvements, balances and bug fixing as well. I'll put a link in the description to the complete build notes. I just thought I'd want to show you some of the overviews there in case you missed the live stream or didn't want to read a big block of text. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like, it really does help out the channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe for loads more Planet Coaster content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.